Kansas City has been on an incredible stretch the last 6 weeks. They're on a 6 game winning streak. They are first place in the AFC West with a 9-4 record. And Kevin, I got to ask you straight up, are they the scariest team in the NFL at this current moment in time?
1030 fucking percent. There's not a chance that anybody in the world is going to be able to come into Arrowhead right now the way that this defense is locking down and the way that this offense is finding a way to click. They're doing it running the ball. Edwards-Helaire had 2 touchdowns. Williams had a touchdown today. Gore almost had a touchdown. Williams almost had 2, actually. I'm very upset because I have Williams in fantasy. He was like an ass hair away from a second touchdown, but he didn't stretch the ball over the plane. That's neither here nor there. But when you have a defense that's playing as dominant as Kansas City is, and you're consistently getting your offensive playmaker in Patrick Mahomes the ball religiously, pretty much in split seconds of an instance, because this defense is not letting anybody score. So they're running the score up every opportunity that they can because they're just abusing defenses because those defenses are on the field 10 times longer than the offense. You're going to win football games. It's a formula for success in the NFL. Dominant defense, give your playmakers on offense the ball, score the touchdown, and get the other defense worn down by running the football late in the second half. It's legit that simple. ABC equals a win. And the Chiefs are doing it tenfold. I would say that the Patriots are like right there. And the only reason I give the edge is because Patrick Mahomes is better, obviously, than Mac Jones. 2 different teams, 2 different play styles, 2 different coaching styles, but very similar in terms of defensive dominance and getting it done on the offensive end where it matters. Mac might not be able to do what Pat does because they're just 2 different quarterbacks as a whole. They're 2 different offensive players, but he does enough for them to win and puts the Patriots in positions to where he puts the Patriots in a position to win. And then Patrick Mahomes obviously is Patrick Mahomes. You give him the ball with the lead, or even when he's behind, he can make things happen magically with that arm. But when he doesn't have to rely on playing catch up, I feel like he plays a lot more free spirited. He's a lot less worried and a lot less panicked. And then the running game can kind of go in, and of course, that pulls into play action. The Kansas City Chiefs are definitely probably the most scariest team, not only in the AFC. I'm going to make that leap and say in the NFL. I know Arizona and Tampa Bay already have 10 wins, but from what Kansas City started to where they are now, to where the defense started to where it is now, 2 totally different teams. You could literally make the argument that they're not the same, and yet it's the same personnel that it was 6-7 weeks ago when we were having the discussion that they might not even make the playoffs. The Chiefs are the real deal, and they're back.
Kevin, you remember when I said
Yeah,
they were
yeah,
going 12-5 or 11-6,
yeah,
and you thought
yeah,
I was
yeah.
wild? You thought I was out of pocket. I mean, they're living up to what I was claiming a couple months ago, but it's really been the defense that has been the standout element for this team. I know we focus a lot of time and effort on Patrick Mahomes and just the dynamic playmaking that he brings to Casey's offense, but this defense has been absolutely phenomenal in this 6 game winning streak. They're getting to the point where they're damn near giving up single digit points allowed in this winning streak defensively. That's absolutely insane just because traditionally speaking, since Patrick Mahomes has been the quarterback for the Chiefs, this defense has been inept or subpar to say the least. It's really been Patrick Mahomes carrying KC throughout their stretch so far in his first couple seasons, but it's the opposite this year because Casey's offense has really struggled in multiple games this season, but it's been their defense that's been able to lock down and keep KC from losing these games. So when I look at KC this year, you could probably say that this is the most well-rounded unit that they've had since Patrick Mahomes got drafted. I understand that the offense was explosive the last couple years before this season, but this is a much more cohesive unit because the defense has been playing outstanding. The offense has been playing outstanding in spurts, but I still believe they're one of the top offenses in the league, and they're winning games because of that combined effort from the offense and the defense. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself and take a lot of stock in this win that they had against the Raiders because the Raiders are not that good of a football team, and I just think that Casey has their number. But when they go up against top tier talent, Casey has struggled mightily. But even so, they are winning these games despite winning by a tight margin. When it gets to the playoffs, that's where I'm going to look at it a little bit differently because they will be going up against better talent. And who knows? That's going to be the real test for KC, in this next month or so. When they get into the playoffs, it's whether or not they're going to be able to rise above the occasion and look like the KC of old when the moment matters the most. And as of right now, I will agree with you that they are the scariest team in the NFL. I think it's really between them and probably New England. New England's won 7 straight games. They're a team that I can't overlook. But Casey having Patrick Mahomes, I think he's the difference maker in that equation when you're comparing scary teams with both New England and KC. It's just, I just think that Patrick Mahomes is the better quarterback on the field. But I can't deny the genius coaching of Bill Belichick just because his ability to game plan week in and week out is unparalleled in not only just in modern day NFL, but really throughout the entire course of NFL history. So, really, this is like a situation where it's like 1A, 1B when it comes to scary teams. I'll say KC right now, but the Patriots are right there as far as scary teams in the NFL goes. But Casey's been on a hot streak the last month and a half. I got to give them credit for that. And look, another Super Bowl run is definitely possible with this team. But the main test is going to come in the playoffs when they go up against better teams. If they can play top flight football against better teams in the playoffs, yeah, then I'll take them seriously as far as like their Super Bowl aspirations go. But as of right now, I think they're definitely worthy of saying that they are the scariest team in the NFL right now.